Coppers showing up in second for Michael Darcy, and then towards the inside is the Yellow Bin in third. The one with the leg is next. Chabra's Bertolini. I'll Take It From Here is next, and then towards their outside comes Native Son. After Native Son, a break of a few lengths to the Lady Granuaile, with towards the inside is X Squared. In between horses is Via del Corso. A Lost Brook improving on the outside, and they're followed away from the stands by Top Chief, who's towards the back with Sportsline in company with Chabra Emperor. But Noble Call leads from Sea Wall and Coppers, followed by the Yellow Bin in third on the inside, and the rail has gone there, but nobody went through. So down towards the bottom turn, and Noble Call leads. Sea Wall and Coppers, I'll Take It From Here, followed by the Yellow Bin, the one with the leg, Chabra's Bertolini, and X Squared, Via del Corso and Lost Brook, and a couple of lengths further back to Top Chief. At the next, now taking them on up towards the top of the track, and in the lead is Noble Call, still showing the way. In second place is Sea Wall and Coppers, being followed by I'll Take It From Here. The Yellow Bin is next, the one with the leg, and X Squared with Via del Corso and Lost Brook, still trying to make some ground on the outside. They go on from the Top Chief. Noble Call, Sea Wall and Coppers, I'll Take It From Here is towards the inside. These three a couple of lengths cleared of in fourth place the Yellow Bin, as they begin the run now towards the last on the far side. Two left to jump. Noble Call, Sea Wall and Coppers, I'll Take It From Here. The Yellow Bin, X Squared is improving on the inside, and they're followed by Lost Brook. Over the second last now, Noble Call, Sea Wall and Coppers, and I'll Take It From Here. These are being followed in fourth place by the Yellow Bin. Racing to the far turn, Noble Call and Andrew Ring. Sea Wall and Coppers, Mick Darcy. X Squared making ground now for John Cullen. On the outside, the Yellow Bin and Donna Mailer. They're being followed by I'll Take It From Here and Shane Shortall. They're on the run for the home turn. Noble Call now pressed by X Squared on the outside. Sea Wall and Coppers in between them, and then comes I'll Take It From Here moving into third, but X Squared has hit the front. They come now towards the final flight. X Squared, I'll Take It From Here in second. I'll Take It From Here has crashed to the last on the run to the finish. X Squared now out in front for John Cullen. In second place on the run to the finish, Noble Call, with Sea Wall and Coppers and Sportsline putting in a late bid, but X Squared has run out a convincing winner. Noble Call, Sea Wall and Coppers, Sportsline, followed in by the Yellow Bin, and Shane Shortall just getting to his feet after his final flight fall.
Being held in the starting stalls by a stalls handler. As Callie May edges forward towards the near side stall. That's it, Arabians in the gate. And they're off. And Callie May has refused to jump out of the stalls and has been left at the gate. Callie May has jumped, but around about 8 lengths behind the others, and they're going absolutely no pace, and some of these are extremely green in the early stages of the Qatar Racing and Equestrian Club Maiden Stakes. And it is Radwa who has got the lead, and only a slender lead at the moment, with Al Dafiq, who have immediately made a V-line across towards the far side rail, David Turner. And those are the first two. With the cheek pieces is Darifa, having blown the start. Callie May has already made headway to come and be prominent now, all on a lonesome down the centre of the course. Running very green then, and now pulling off heels of runners is Ashraf, and it's all too much for Gazwan as they go through the halfway point. Now they begin to quicken up with 2.5 furlongs to go. Al Dafiq, the most experienced horse of the field, has the lead for David Turner against the inside rail. Radwa and Steve Harrison, and then towards the outside, Darifa and Phil Collington. These are now the first three. Ashraf, running very green now, is about 8 lengths away in fourth, and now getting the idea of the racing game, staying on the inside is Gazwan, but they're deep inside the final furlong. Al Dafiq over on the far side, on the near side Darifa, and between those two, that is Radwa as they race up towards the line, and it is Darifa. Darifa wins the maiden Arabian race. It was Darifa who gave Phil Collington and Jill Duffield their 6th winner of the Arabian season.
First number 3, Darifa. Second, number 6. Third, number 1, and the 4th placed horse, number 5. The full result to the Qatar Racing and Equestrian Club Maiden Stakes. First, number 3, Darifa. Second, number 6, Radwa. Third, number 1, Al Dafiq. And the 4th placed horse, number 5, Gazwan.
Now pulling off heels of runners is Ashraf, and it's all too much for Gazwan as they go through the halfway point. Now they begin to quicken up with 2.5 furlongs to go. Al Dafiq, the most experienced horse of the field, has the lead for David Turner against the inside rail. Radwa and Steve Harrison, and then towards the outside, Darifa and Phil Collington. These are now the first three. Ashraf, running very green now, is about 8 lengths away in fourth, and now getting the idea of the racing game, staying on the inside is Gazwan, but they're deep inside the final furlong. Al Dafiq over on the far side, on the near side Darifa, and between those two, that is Radwa as they race up towards the line, and it is Darifa. Darifa wins the maiden Arabian race. It was Darifa furlongs to go. Al Dafiq, the most experienced horse of the field, has the lead for David Turner against the inside rail. Radwa and Steve Harrison, and then towards the outside, Darifa and Phil Collington. These are now the first three. Ashraf, running very green now, is about 8 lengths away in fourth, and now getting the idea of the racing game, staying on the inside is Gazwan, but they're deep inside the final furlong. Al Dafiq over on the far side, on the near side Darifa, and between those two, that is Radwa as they race up towards the line, and it is Darifa. Darifa wins the maiden Arabian race. It was Darifa who
race like this, which is as competitive as it is. You've got a lot of what I would call dead wood in here.
Yeah.
Horses that can't win. So his job as a jockey is to avoid the ones who are going to cause him problems. So you're looking to yourself, right, okay, this horse has got form over a variety of trips. So I want to try and keep this as simple as I possibly can. If it was me riding this horse, I'd say, right, I want to be in the first three.
Yeah.
And I want to have a little bit of daylight. I don't want anything tripping me up. So I'm just going to eradicate all chance of this going woefully wrong.
Right. So
Paul Nicholls' horse will be the same.
Yeah.
You very rarely see one of Paul's out the back. He likes his horses to be ridden reasonably handy towards the inside, take it up between the second last and the last. and away you
There
go.
we go. Well, I am joined by one Fitzgerald in the studio. We've got another one standing by on course. It's our commentator, David Fitzgerald. Very good evening to you, David.
Evening, Steve. Evening, Mick. And they're off. This is the Triton Galleries maiden hurdle over 2 miles and 6 furlongs. 10 flights to be jumped. The Sweetener is the early leader, but no one particularly keen to make it. They're not going much of a gallop. Calverley Court is on the left, orange and black, as they meet the first. And all taking that safely. Black Cow and Hill of Dirk just bumped slightly on landing. And Pensflow, the light blue colours, in last place early on. Calverley Court and Tom Scudamore jumped that ahead of the Sweetener. Hill of Dirk a little bit slow. Black Jacket with just Pensflow behind. Probably separated by 10 to 12 lengths as the Sweetener and Calverley Court just quicken it up to Calm Before the Storm. That's the orange with a black chevron on the inside. On the inside of Stable Companion, that's a Racket, 2 shades of blue. Black Cow is in 5th place, the pink colours. And then the Snappy Poet, Pensflow, Develop You, Brown Silks, and Hill of Dirk toward the back of the field in the hands of Connor Smith. No jumping to be done on the side of the course. They'll turn left shortly into the back straight, where there'll be 2 more flights. And it's the Sweetener racing keenly under Conor O'Farrell on the inside of Calverley Court. And these are on by about 3 lengths to Calm Before the Storm and Paul Maloney on the inside of That's a Racket. So they're into the back straight now. Black Cow is still in 5th position with the Snappy Poet noseband yellow colours on that one's outside with Develop You, and then Hill of Dirk and Pensflow. Here is the 3rd. Calverley Court measures that well, not having too much of a cut at the back of the field. Pensflow, and gets a reminder for her troubles there from Nick Schofield. Relatively early stage as they're onto the 4th. Calverley Court jumps that well, and they're all safely over that. The Sweetener just nudged along on landing to try and keep pace with Calverley Court. They're on by 5 lengths to Calm Before the Storm, with on the outside of that one, That's a Racket. And they are then followed by Black Cow, racing side by side with the Snappy Poet under Matt Griffith. Sam Twiston-Davies on Black Cow for the champion trainer, who is here this evening. And the back few, Hill of Dirk, Develop You and Lucy Gardner, and Pensflow just in last place. Just shaken along on the turn is That's a Racket. Just shown the whip by Richie McClernand. It's good to see him back in the plate as they passed where they started and about to come on towards their 5th. Well over a circuit to go in the Triton Galleries maiden hurdle. It's Mary Sanderson's Calverley Court on the left, on the right the Sweetener. The Sweetener was better than Calverley Court there, but they were both fine of a fashion. The new back marker is Develop You, just threatening to lose touch. This will be the last in another circuit. Calverley Court and the Sweetener. A little bit more slick was the Sweetener. In 3rd place, Calm Before the Storm, about 4 lengths away. They get a decent cheer. Similar margin back to Black Cow now in 4th, with That's a Racket struggling a bit in 5th. Then the Snappy Poet 6th, Pensflow, Hill of Dirk, and the toiling Develop You, as they turn left onto the side of the racecourse once more with the Sweetener for Richard Woolacott. Colours of Gauvier and Brown, matching strides still, as they have been throughout, with the mare Calverley Court. Calm Before the Storm, so often placed, but a short favourite to go in today in 3rd, with Black Cow in 4th, the Pink Silks. These are the 4 that are just starting to break away a little bit as they go into the back straight for the final time. They'd be separated by 5 lengths at the most, a similar margin back to the driven the Snappy Poet, and then Hill of Dirk, Pensflow not getting into it as they've come over, or they're coming towards the first of 2 in the back. About to be pulled up is That's a Racket. Develop You still continues at this stage, although Lucy Gardner may well give up the ghost shortly. They've got 3 left to jump.